Hello everyone, this is my son, Brother Ming, who shares jewelry knowledge and shares my industry knowledge channel. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you can subscribe me. What about this video? I want to tell you what girls should know about the beginning of 12 jewelry brands. I originally wanted to write about the top 10, but when I wrote it down, I found out that there were some that I had to talk about. Slowly it became 15 or 6, but when I wrote it slowly, I screened it out again. I felt that a few of them were not qualified, so in the end I had to have 12. Maybe after reading it you would think. 2 tips to explain the possible brand in your mind. What can you explain about Chow Tai Fook? What are the 12 jewelry brands I would choose for Pandora? In fact, there are 3 major principles. In the following 3 major principles, you must plant at least 2 of them. First, they meet the top 12 in my mind. The first principle is that selling goods mainly sells jewelry. What is jewelry? At least it's precious metals first. Diamonds or precious stones are just like some brands. If you mainly sell some silver, some gold gel, or some artificial glass, I will feel that they are negative. These are jewelry, and at most they can only be called a jewelry brand, not the second item of jewelry. These brands must have a history of at least 100 years or more, but at the moment they arrive at home, the brand is still influential on the trend. Third, they must have their own signature style, meaning that is, it is a person who speaks. When it comes to your style, you will know what brand your style belongs to, or when you hear and see your brand, you will know that your style is selling more tightly. In fact, there is the same thing. I think the style is very important. Just look at it. There is a replica. It is a more important indicator. For example, if you may see some best-selling books in the street, you may see some best-selling books in Luohu, Shenzhen and Luohu City. And there are copies selling words, which is to prove that your book, the quality is so good. And the following brands all have historical backgrounds. Every brand has its own unique classic styles, and even some new styles are released so quickly that they can become a trend. Even many people will still buy some styles from 10 years ago. Of course, they will be chasing new styles. Although the Japanese price of these styles is very high, it is about the historical concept behind the brand that I like. Although I am a jewelry designer, it's a jewelry factory, but I don't think sometimes it's a net one. In terms of production costs in Hong Kong, it is as expensive as it is. Sometimes it is not. Many times I really appreciate the design and the marketing concept behind it. Of course, sometimes I feel that I really don't appreciate these designs, but behind these designs, there is a powerful marketing concept that can create an ordinary style. Of course, adding a few logos can turn into a style that many people are sought after, and they don't even know how to buy a replica. Let's start wondering. The following 12 top jewelry items are ranked in no particular order. This time, I will only be simple and fast, so I will talk about a little information about each one. After that, if I have the opportunity, I will talk about each brand. Let's talk about the details, not just about the history. Everyone's wiki has to talk about some signature jewelry styles, the characteristics of each style, and some explanations about how beautiful they are, okay? The first brand, Cartier, is actually closely related to the development of European royal families and nobles. In 904, has been Edward VII of England. He was appointed as a British royal jewelry supplier. So many royal families from all over the world, including Spain, Portugal, Greece, Belgium, and other European royal families, were appointed as a royal supplier. And the most signature series was an American canon series, including free needle hand dumb rings, etc. And even at this moment, many people still buy the Love series. This series, if I remember wrong, you should have started production in 1996. Let's talk about it for 50 years. Everyone still thinks it's fashionable and wants to buy rings, but if you don't believe it, you can look around the street. Many people still wear this Love series. It is used as a marriage partner. How classic are your words? The second Harry Winston, who has the reputation of the King of Diamonds, is known as a star jewelry box. Maybe this brand is not known to the public in Hong Kong. What is it actually? It is very sharp. Even the American luxury brand has won #1. Brand representatives that are sharper than Cartier include Queen Elizabeth II of England and even Princess Diana. The most signature series is a diamond ring with an H and a W. Whether it is beautiful or not is a matter of opinion, but it is a brand local. It's coming out. The third brand is Craft Graph. This brand specializes in giant diamonds and buried gemstones. I think this company is a real jewelry and gemstone customization #1 because this brand, there are a lot of big gemstones. As for some signature styles, it is a butterfly mouth earring ring made of diamonds. Your words are so beautiful, but you are not so special. Your words are so special. The jewelry design makes this butterfly more dynamic than the market, but this one is a signature series of the brand. The 4th Frank Cliff brand has a lot of products. Unique design jewelry includes a number of animals, character designs, cut and buried with many different gems. The method of injury embedding includes the most famous box or hidden injury embedding signature series. In addition to these animal series, everyone doesn't know if they have seen this 4-leaf clover series. It's the 5th one. What about the brand Bao Silong? In addition to making jewelry, they also make watches and they also make perfumes. It is a French brand. It helps many celebrities and designs some jewelry, even European aristocrats. The most famous time was the French World Expo. At the same time, they all opened a jewelry shop and became famous. The style is a ring, but there are still many companies at home. There are many different circles, and each circle has a different texture, and then a circle is buried. So I know that there is a company in Hong Kong that copies many different circles. So I just ask some customers to choose different circles. After testing, I design a style by myself and respond to it. I started by talking about a brand. To prove success, someone needs to copy it. There is another model that is used. The Bulgari family is designed with snakes or some animals. I don't even think about talking more about the 6th Tiffany. In addition to selling gold and precious stones, of course, they also sell silver. Silverware is very famous. There are also a lot of silverware and household goods. For example, the teapot is the most signature. It is not necessarily the style, but the color. Tiffany Brew is the most famous. I think the most special place is that there was a drama Andrea in 1961, Yaping. I think it's a drama. As a jeweler, I must watch Andrea's flat meme. It's so beautiful that a handful of them can be handled in daily life. It's a female star, but even if you watch the drama at home, every scene can actually be made as a wallpaper. As for Tiffany's good classic styles, I don't think I'll talk more about it. You know me in minutes. The 7th boss talked about New York first. What are the top 3 places in the luxury research survey? Except for Kalia Harry Winston, who ranks 3rd, that's it. How many companies do you think about it? Maybe it's Bulgari, DBS, all of them are Yingshai, but which brand is it? Hong Kong may not be too famous. Let me talk about the sharp points of this brand. The department still uses some good ancient techniques. It is purely handmade, and it still uses a Renaissance period. Being a gold master uses a gold carving skill which is called accumulating people to carve gold. What method is used? If you innovate, you can use this technology in many different jobs. Just add it to jewelry. So if you see jewelry, you can actually see all kinds of technologies at a glance and you can recognize the brand. There are so many brands. My favorite is Frank Cliff and the second one is Frank Cliff. I appreciate it very much. Designs and craftsmanship. 8th, Charmet is a brand with a long history, more specifically in the 170 or so years. When it was Napoleon's royal jewelry box, when Napoleon boarded the plane. This is a jewelry box to help build a sword, so how important it is. Napoleon married his lover and his lover had a crown, all of which were designed and manufactured. When he arrived at home, there was a famous series called Be My Love, which was a wind nest design. So many people made it at home. A proposal ring or a jewelry hand, many people use this style. So I went to look through it again. Before I turned it over, many people would copy the style and use another style, which is a diamond ring. I think you have seen it before, but it may not be so many people who want to still use a round shape to get a diamond ring. If you can use a drop shape to tie this style, it is a classic style. No, 9PRJ Baiju originated in Switzerland. Maybe you remember some of the more famous series. They are just one watch and make multiple watches. They are the first to combine jewelry with a buried watch so that even large watches can be used. Every piece of lace-up jewelry. It takes more than 100 hours to make every minute. Excluding the bit opening, the more classic style is that the ring has different thicknesses, but what about the middle? Especially there is another style that can be turned 360 degrees, which is called PRJ rose, which is made into a rose, which has a sense of layering, and there is a 30-share main stone in the middle. Oh, it's so layered. The 10th Sharpa Chopard brand started in the 180s and 180s, and it was the first to bid. In 1976, the Happy Diamond series emerged, showcasing diamonds between two sapphire crystals with a frosting technique. Modern adaptations have varied colors and materials, yet ceramic innovations, despite their simplicity, succeed in market appeal. Is this very happy? The 11th Bulgari, what brand is it? They all have a history of 18 years and they are an Italian brand, and the most famous model is a snake shape, with rings, bracelets, and mouthpieces. In addition, it really looks like a snake with a neck. If you have been to Japan, it will be so sharp. The store in Ginza is tied like a snake. It is so eye-catching when surrounded by a store. In addition, there is a ring tied on the side of the whole body. There are a few English letters of Bulgari. So many have been less in recent years. A few years ago, many people asked me to customize it. A ring is of the same style, but the middle ring is not 18K. It can have different colors, white or black ceramics. Of course, the ceramics are a little flat, but they are sold well. It's not even. The 12th Mikimoto is a Japanese brand that mainly sells pearls and jewelry. Where is it sharp? This is the first cultured pearl. Before that, pearls must be natural. People are diving and take out a pearl stick. There may not be pearls in it, so some natural pearls are so expensive. They are more expensive than diamonds. What kind of founder was in 192? Same as Paris and London. It's a lawsuit because the words are not true. Pearls are raised pearls and they are toys. In the end, the founder won. And this jewelry company is also a royal jewelry store for the Japanese royal family. Well, there was once a statistic that it was the first choice for Japanese mothers. It's just this brand is just a wedding dress for a girl. There are 12 brands. I have finished talking briefly one by one. If there is an opportunity later, I will talk about them one by one in detail. Let's talk about the history. The background is the same as some classic styles. If you want to get married, friends, I will talk about each brand's wedding industry, but talk about these jewelry brands. Absolutely, the price is not even, it is some luxury goods. The cost is not directly proportional to the daily price. Tie it high, but tie it, I think, as... What about women with temperament and cultivation? I think this department needs to look at more fashion and color matching information, is it? Appreciate some art. It's beautiful, scary, painted, and has a good temperament. I know that I know some historical jewelry brands, so I don't ask you to own them. It's just like you know some works of art or some famous painters. Doesn't it mean that you want to own these famous paintings? But what about women? You need to know these brands. In fact, I think men should know more about them, especially me. Hong Kong boys, are you? And how many girls in my family like mirror? As a responsible and good husband, of course, you must share common interests with your wife and do whatever she likes. Can you maintain a harmonious and stable family first? And the younger brother thinks that buying should match the purchase of luxury goods, and do what you can. This time I will share so much. If you don't subscribe, my channel hopes you will subscribe. Bye.